Okay, here's our supplies that we're going to need for this project. You're going to need a piece of white paper. I like to use construction paper or cardstock if I have that because we're going to use paint today. I have my watercolor paint, so I needed a cup of water. And you need a Sharpie, a permanent marker. If you draw with something that's not permanent and then put water paint over it, it will wash away all your drawings. So you want to make sure you have a Sharpie. It might not look exactly like mine, but make sure it's a permanent marker. Okay, so we're going to start together. Watch what I do. At the top, I'm going to draw a big circle. That's the center of the flower. And then in the middle of my sunflower, I'm going to draw smaller circles like this. And I'm going to fill that up with small circles. These are like the seeds in the middle of the sunflower. Sunflower seeds, tasty. Great, okay. My next part is going to be to add the petals, the big yellow petals. So they're kind of like these ovally triangle shapes. And I'm just going to do a lot of them going all the way around the center of my flower. And you can do them like this, up and down. And it's okay if some of them look funny. On sunflowers, they're not perfect. They're actually not at all perfect. If they all looked the same and perfect, it wouldn't really look like a real sunflower. So I like to do it like that. And then sometimes I'll even put some little petals behind it like that, because on real sunflowers, there's lots of rows of petals. And maybe they're sticking out from behind the ones that are in the front like that. So that way I'm going to have a lot of room for my yellow petals. Okay, now I want to add the stem. The stem is going to be very long, so it's just going to go down to the bottom of my page. You can't see where it's going into the ground because it's so long. And then I'm going to give some leaves. Sunflowers have like heart-shaped leaves almost, so I'm going to draw a little curve, almost like a 2, like that. And if it's not a perfect heart shape, that's okay. And then I'll make the middle of the stem coming in there like that. Here, I'll make one more. Okay, so here's my little 2 shape. And the backwards 2 shape. There we go. All right, I'm ready to paint now. Okay, when I'm using watercolor paints for the first time, they're all dry right now. You have to wake them up with the water. I do that by putting 3 dabs of water in it. So I'm going to start by making the middle, the seeds, brown. And here's my brown, and it's asleep, it's dry. So I'm going to put 1 dab of water, then get some more water, 2 dabs of water, okay, then get some more water, 3 dabs of water. Now it's like a little puddle, and it will be much easier to spread onto my paper. You want to kind of rub, almost like you're petting a cat. You're just kind of doing it very soft. You're not pushing really hard. That will break your brush. Then I'm going to change colors, so I really need to wash my paintbrush really good. Okay, the petals are going to be yellow, so I need to wake up my yellow. So I'm going to do 1, okay, get 2. How many did I want? 3. Uh-oh, and some of my green got into the yellow, so I'm just going to try and clean that out a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to try and make yellow. It should be really wet and easy to paint on your sunflower's petals. If it's too dry, give it another dab of water so it will wake up a little bit more. All right, I'm ready to paint my sky, but I don't want to get a lot of paint on the table. So I'm going to get some scratch paper that I don't really mind. It's usually some scraps that are left over from another project or a piece of paper that I was not going to use. So let me check my scrap box and see if I have any scrap paper that I could put behind my painting here so I don't get a lot of my tables. Let's see if this will be good. Okay, here, I'm going to use this purple. There, I'm all done. Now, I want to make sure I'm going to clean my brush one last time and then lay it back in my paints. So the next time I do watercolor paints, I'll always know where to find it. Great job! Let that dry before you hang it up.